Hey guys, it's Haley. Welcome back to my channel. I haven't posted in 2 years, so sorry about that. I want to try to get back into it. Not making any promises, but I'm just doing this for fun mainly, and if more comes from it, then that's great. Some of the other videos I have posted on here are like Dollar Tree hauls, Ross and TJ Maxx hauls, and I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I talked about my rabbits a little bit. I have 3 pet rabbits. But anyways, so I'm pretty new at this. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just doing this on my phone right now. Hopefully I can learn more about editing and whatnot, but I'm going to talk about my trip to Fairmont Hot Springs in British Columbia, Canada that I just had at the end of June. So I might try to put in some clips of the hot springs if I can figure it out. If not, I'm gonna like hold up some stuff so it's not just me talking. And also, I want to talk about like maybe if you're gonna go to hot springs or like kind of a resort place, things you can bring, things you can wear, and stuff like that. So the first thing is we used to go there all the time growing up. Um, we went like at least 4 times, and the last time I went there was in 2006, and I was 16. Um, and my parents, my dad went with his family a lot in the late 80s, or maybe early 80s, early to late 80s, and he would take my mom. And this part in Canada is really close to where we live. It's it's only like 4.5 hours away, so you can just drive there, which is really nice. Um, so it's pretty easy to get to if you. I live in Eastern Washington, close to Sandpoint. So if you go through Sandpoint and then through Bonners Ferry, and then about I think it's not too far from Bonners Ferry. You'll hit the Canadian border. I think it's called Surrey is where we went into. So you can get in there right now, because of COVID. You just have to fill out this thing called Arrive Can. It's a website and an app, and you have to like upload your vaccination card and status and your information. But then when you get there, you also have to show, like, it asks for your passport number, but when you get there in person, the guy asks for your passport in person, and he like scans it, and it's pretty easy to get over. We're kind of worried because update, kind of, my dad died 5 years ago, so we hadn't been there. That's a whole nother vlog and story. We hadn't been there since he passed away, so it was just my mom, myself, and my brother, so she was a little worried driving over, but it went smooth. We had no issues. So this trip, like I said, there's also a Fairmont in Montana. I forgot what part of Montana. I think they just call it like Fairmont, Montana, but it's like 5 hours away from where I live. And I haven't been to that one either for a long time. But so like I was saying, I haven't been to the one in Canada since I was 16, so that was over almost like 17, 18 years ago. I'm just dating myself. And I'm sorry this is boring because I keep talking, but I'm gonna hopefully show some things soon. Actually, let's start with some things now. So basically, in Canada, there is like a big round hot tub. Oh my gosh, sorry, that was my rabbit. Oh my gosh, she's stomping. She thinks that there's something wrong. So there's a big round hot tub. I mean, it's like I don't know how many feet, but it's really big. Like it can fit like 20 people or something. And then there's like pool-sized hot tubs, or like not hot tubs, but the water is very warm. One is very, very hot, and one is like more on the warm side, like a pool sized. And then there's um, some indoor ones, but they're really small. Like you could only fit like eight or 10 people. One is like freezing cold, and one is like burning hot, like hotter than the ones outside, which it's kind of fun to go in the freezing cold one. It's kind of hard though because it's really cold. But if you like, they're right next to each other, so you can like straddle your feet, and like if you're brave enough, you can jump into the cold one and then the hot one, or vice versa. But for me, it really takes some time. So this trip, we're kind of bummed because we didn't know, but like Canada is also having staffing issues. I don't know if it's because of COVID or what, but you know, stuff like that happens more in other places than just the U.S. So we didn't know that, so a lot of the, like right by the pool, the main large pools, there's like a snack shack. They call it a snack shack, where you can get like, I think they have probably like nachos and different snacks, but they had like ice cream bars and popsicles. That was closed, which was kind of a bummer because we like to go there like when we're at the big pools. And then like beside that is like a few feet away is a gift shop, and that was closed too. And I guess the gift shop has taken a decline since COVID. They haven't been ordering things for 2 years because we overheard this gal say this at another like gift shop close by. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So the gift shop is going to be closed indefinitely, which is sad because it was always fun to go to get little like trinkets and stuff. So the snack shack was closed, and we always do horseback riding, and that was closed. But I guess like we went at the end of June. I think it was like the 27th, 26, 27, 28 or something. And I guess come to find out they were going to open the snack shack and the pool, or not the pool, sorry, and the horseback riding July 1st, which we didn't know that. Like it didn't say it on the website, and I guess we should have asked, but I assumed it would say on the website, so that was kind of a bummer. But I guess July 1st was their Canada Day, kind of like our 4th of July, so it was, those two were reopening, which is good, but we missed it, so we ended up coming home a day early because there just wasn't as much for us to do. And this, if you've been to this part of Canada, like it's really beautiful. Like the mountains are so tall, so stunning. And it's, if you like to do outdoor stuff, then you would really like to go there. But there's not a lot of like shopping, which like we knew that, but it's sometimes fun to go shopping like in another country. Technically it's a country, even though it's like not that far away. But one thing I find interesting is when we went to the fast food place, Dairy Queen, on one of the times to save money, because at Fairmont there's two main restaurants. Wait, yeah, two, but they're both pretty expensive, even in Canadian. Which, I mean, yeah, it's a resort, but it's kind of annoying because it would have been cheaper if the snack shack was open to get like, cheaper stuff. But so there's a town like 20-ish minutes away called Invermere, and that's a cute little town. It's almost kind of like a resort town, but you know what I mean? Like in Coeur d'Alene, have like little shops like that. If you're from this area, you know what I'm talking about. Just cute little shops and whatnot. So we went in there one day, and we went to Dairy Queen, and at their Dairy Queen they sell poutine, which is very popular in Canada. It is Sorry, I just blanked. It's probably really boring, but thanks for watching it. It's fries with like brown gravy and cheese curds. So my brother really wanted to try that, so he finally tried it, and he never tried it when he was younger, and he really liked it. But anyways, they don't sell like the deep fried cheese curds that at this Dairy Queen like they would sell in the States. So that was kind of interesting. But what's interesting is this bag they give you. Sorry, I kind of broke it, but it's they would just give out these bags. Like, I mean, I guess they do still at fast food places. But like this bag is huge, like it's bigger than my head. Like they're normally smaller in the States. But what's interesting is on a lot of the stuff they have French. I don't know what that says, but Lego du bonheur? I don't know. I probably read that wrong. But here's some more French. And it's because there's like, you see that? There's French Canadians, and so a lot of the stuff is also written in French. Except I thought like a lot of them lived up near more like Nova Scotia, but they could still come and travel down. Anyways, so that's interesting. And also when I went shopping there, I only bought like a few little things. I'll show those in a second. But when I got a bag, like they didn't charge me. So I assume they don't charge for bags there, but I'm not sure, because even when we went to the little grocery store, don't remember, I don't think we really needed a bag because we didn't get that much, but I don't think they charge for bags there yet. But anyways, back to the hotel. So usually when we're there, like I said, there's a lot of staffing issues. So immediately when we got there, we noticed that like people working there with different accents, which like no big deal, but normally it's all Canadian. So, and then the guy serving us was from Australia, and it was really interesting talking to him, just kind of like picking his brain, because I would love to travel abroad somewhere not in the US, you know, like Europe or Australia, anywhere really. And it's just so interesting getting their perspective, like, oh, I've never seen North America, and like to me I'm like, oh, North America. And like I've been to Canada so many times that it's like no big deal to me. So that's interesting to me, because I don't know, to me I think abroad, like Europe and Australia and different places like that are cooler than the US. But like for this guy from Australia, he's thinking that like the US and Canada is really cool. So it's just like a different perspective, and it's really interesting. And yeah, the Australian guys were really nice. And then another one of our servers was from Ireland, and he said he was 23 and he's been dreaming of coming to Canada since he was 15, and he saved a bunch of money and he just finally made it happen, and he loves it here. But yeah, anyways, I was gonna get back to like how this part of Canada we were at, it's kind of in like the middle of nowhere. So like if you you can camp at the hot springs. They have like a whole new camping area it looked like they built since we've been there last, but everything else, they pretty much look the same. I mean, I'm sure they've done certain, you know, updates to keep it functioning, but like if you go in the bathroom in the hotels, like in your hotel room, like a lot of them had or ours, it had like, my mom said it was like the same wallpaper and like when we were there last, so 2006, and then she said it was even the same when she came like in the late 80s, and it was either like pale pink with, you know, green, kind of florally. Yeah, I think it was pink with green and kind of flower print, so like very 70s 80s. But anyways, I just kind of got off track. If you really like to do outdoor stuff there's a lot of like rivers, different trails. There's actually a trail by like right in front of the Fairmont Hot Springs resort where you can hike up to see the old or the original hot springs, and you used to be able to walk in them. They're like these little tubs, cement tubs up on a mountain or like a hill, and you used to be able to sit in them, but this time they had them all roped off or chained off. But there's so many hills and trails up there, and me and my mom would have done more, but we're not very like outdoor trained, and they have seen bears out there before, so we were kind of nervous about that. But if you're like more like trained in outdoor kind of stuff, like you probably would like it and would be able to hike more. So we came home a day early though, just because a lot of stuff was closed. And it was kind of hard being there since my dad had died, I guess. Like, I didn't really realize that. What do they call that? Like, your brain realizes it, but like, I forgot, like subconsciously. But anyways, I'm gonna show a few of the little things I got. So I got this ornament. I like to bring back something from my travels, and I've never really brought anything back from Canada that had like Canada on it. So it's a cute little bear with the flag. Oh, and I have to say, I was really surprised and happy to see Tim Hortons in Invermere, and there was also one closer to the border. So I know how popular it is in Canada, and I had to try it. And I was really lucky because they had the Tim Bieber collaboration there. So I had the donuts that Justin Bieber, since he's from Canada, like had curated. So I tried those. They were like these little like donut holes. They were really good, but my favorite one was like the cake batter one, basically. But I had their hot chocolate was really good. It was really hot. I couldn't drink it till like 20 minutes, but I mean, it lasted me a long time. And then like their breakfast sandwich was so good. And I also had a muffin there, and it was really good. I mean, but really moist. So I would recommend going there, and it was really affordable. So I was really excited to try that because I never did before. I don't know why. Like, I went to Canada in 2018 on a cruise, like a different part of Canada, but I didn't try Tim Hortons. Anyways, back to some of the little things I got. So I got this little, it's just like a little mermaid thing, and it says make waves. Oh, my finger's covering it. And I just want to like, I could probably put it on a chain and like, or I'm just gonna put it by my bedside table. And then me and my mom both got this teeny, that's what the makeup people do. This little like metal bunny. But it's just so cute because I have 3 bunnies, so I collect bunnies. Just, put it somewhere. And then this is just something fun. Just a little, it's like a mood ring, but to me the pattern looks like a stone, so I thought that was really pretty. I don't know if it's showing. Looks like, I think it's called fluorite. So 90s kind of. So I didn't really get much there because like there's not much shopping, and I don't really need a lot of things. So now I'm going, I would still like recommend going there, just there's only like 2 restaurants, and there's a little cafe, but it only closes at 2. And then, so I mean, if you really like outdoor stuff, then you'd probably like it. But if you're more like to be in an urban setting, you might only want to stay like 2 days, because there's not much to do besides the hot springs, which is really nice. Like, it's so relaxing, and I would go in the water anytime I could. And they're open late too. Like, the main ones I think close at 10, and then the bigger one, that's just the hot tub kind of, it closes at 10, so that's pretty late. But yeah, it's really relaxing, and it feels good. Okay, now I'm going to talk about, I might have to split this into 2 videos. I'm going to talk about things that you can bring to the hot springs or like a resort type place. So I definitely tennis shoes. So my other Nikes are packed, but because there is a little mountain and there's trails around. So if you do a lot of walking, I would recommend these instead of, just your sandals. And then for like by the pools, I would just wear like cheap pair of these little slides that I didn't care about getting dirty. I had like an older pair with me. And then I also brought my favorite pair of, I should have brought them for this video, but flip-flops. They're called Cheeks. That was my rabbit. They're a good pair of flip-flops with arch support. So those you can still walk around a lot, but like I didn't wear them when I was going on like dirt and like the mountain and stuff. And then I just brought this as like, hey, I might need it. I ended up loving the choice. I was gonna bring it so when I went horseback riding, because we had planned on it, but yeah, like I said, it was closed to just put my phone and like my chapstick in. But it's just like a cheap nylon, like I got it at the Dollar Tree. I ended up loving it because I would bring it to the pools and like it would keep my phone. I put my phone in there, like my resort key, and sometimes tissues, lotion, just very minimal stuff. But I loved it because since it was like nylon and that kind of waterproof, it protected my phone, so it was actually a good thing to bring. And then I brought just like a normal purse, but then also for walking around a bit or like at night around the hotel, this cute little crossbody. Well, you can wear it as a crossbody or as a hip pouch, so that was really useful. But it's kind of small, it doesn't fit my phone, but I love this color green, so that's nice. Then it's really nice because they give you robes there, but you have to make sure, like if you have more than 2 people, you have to check out the third one, and then the third one you have to bring it back to the checkout area when you leave, or else you get charged $75. So if you go there, just make sure and there's more than 2 people, make sure you bring that back. So we wore these, they're basically just white fluffy hotel robes, but they're really nice. We wore those a lot to my rabbit's staring at me, to the hotel or the pools and whatnot. But I also had bought this, I thrifted this, oh, you can't really see, before. It's just like a little, I think it's like French terry little robe thing. It has little palm trees on it and a hood. So that was kind of helpful, but I wish it was longer. So the robes helped. And then, oh, I would also recommend, like, when I looked at the weather, I might have read it wrong, like, because they're in Celsius and we're in Fahrenheit. So I thought it was going to be colder there when I'm pretty sure it was actually hotter. But luckily I still, like, brought shorts and stuff. I did bring a few pair of, like, warmer, like, pants and shirts, but I would keep that in mind. And also when if you're driving, make sure, because we forgot Canada's in kilometers, so luckily we like noticed it right away, and like I did a conversion because like you just want to make sure you're not speeding since ours is in miles. So I think it's about 20-ish miles ahead of us, so like per hour. So like if it said 100 kilometers, you should be going like around 70. So luckily we figured that out right away, but that's something to keep in mind. So I mean, you can wear whatever swimsuit you like, but I brought different options because I like to wear different things each night. But I opted to not bring any 2 pieces, but I mean, if that's your thing, you can totally do that. But this is one of my favorites that I bought last summer. It's Michael Kors. Got it at TJ Maxx, and I just love it. It's so like 80s, and I love the big zipper and the coverage. They had a blue one at the beginning of this season, but I don't know why. I should have bought it, and I waited, and now I can't find it. I also wear it with these shorts over it. Well, like, these are kind of nice if you're going in a really, really cold pool, because it'll protect your stomach from getting, like, super cold at first. And then the other one, I had thrifted this before, and I really like it. It's like a neon yellowish checkered with a peplum. It's really, I'm not as skinny as I used to be, so it's really covers my belly. So I like that. And I wore these over, or like with that. I basically bought one pair of swim shorts, two swim bottoms to wear with everything. And then another one of the days I had wore this. It's like a, I don't know what they call it. I forgot what the word is. But yeah, it's a long sleeve one with the zipper. And I love the zipper, but my arms kind of got hot, so I would like roll these up. But it was good when jumping into the super cold one. So that's my little review and talk about my trip to Fairmont Hot Springs. If you watch this video, thank you so much. I might try to edit it because it's 26 minutes, but I might not. Yeah, hopefully I can keep up making videos. No promises. I'm mainly doing this for fun, but if I can keep it up, maybe it'll become a thing. Probably not, but it's fun. And I do want to talk about, because I went on a trip to Hawaii in February, so I might talk about that too, like some of the tips for getting deals and whatnot. But thank you so much for watching. You can like this if you want. Subscribe. Thank you. Have a good night.